Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Logan, and today we're going to be going over some sealed products that I'm keeping a close eye on because it might be getting to that point where you might want to jump in and buy because I'd rather be too early than too late on some of this stuff, especially the stuff that's going to be going out of rotation. And it got creeping up on 4 months. I started this channel, it was 7 months, and now we're 4 months away, and sooner than later, it's going to be gone out of rotation. We could get like minor restocks, but nothing too crazy. But first, let's jump into prismatic evolutions right here. We got the ETB. So Pokemon came out with a statement specifically on prismatic evolutions a while back, saying they're going to print it to demand. They're going to print it to the ground, as what people would say. And they don't say that about every set that they print. They actually rarely say that. They only make a handful of announcements a year, and this was one of their announcements that they're going to try to print this set to the ground. And man, they have. Considering the amount of product that Prismatic Evolution that has hit the market, it has been a ton of it. And it is going down. They are trying to sustain it a little bit, but it's still double MSRP. No matter what way you put it, the ETBs are still basically double MSRP. The lowest listed right now from a reputable seller is basically $120. So that's why it says 102, but it says $15 shipping and 50% sales rate. So you're basically at $120 right now for a Prismatic Evolutions ETB with how much they've been printing. And guess what, guys? This shows how fast time flies. It's almost a year old. Actually, here in a week or two, it'll be a year old for Prismatic Evolutions. I know this is like pre-sales, but we're coming up on a year old, long story short, for Prismatic Evolutions as a set. I can't believe how fast it's actually gone, because the rampage and the outrage of everybody saying they want the set, they can't get it. And now here we are a year later, and it's the same thing no matter how much they print of it. I guarantee you go to your restocks. I work every morning, so I can't go to any restocks. Prismatic is always the first thing out the door. If there is even anything there for the restock of Prismatic, like I said, I'm not at the restock, so I don't really know what's being put out there. I could assume there are some Prismatic, but it's probably it's the first thing gone every time. Everybody's leaving Phantasmal Flames. Everybody's leaving Mega Evolutions. Everybody's leaving Surging Sparks. Fill in the blank. Prismatic Evolutions is not being left on the shelves. Expect where I'm at. I can't speak for everybody, but where I'm at, Prismatic Evolutions is the first thing off the shelves, no matter what, because it's such a popular set, such an in-demand set that no matter what Pokemon does, it affects it a little bit, but just when that faucet turns off just a little bit with Prismatic, because they got to print Destined Rivals, they got to print Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade. All these sets are kind of getting a little bit older, that are older than Prismatic. Are they going to do any more reprints of those? Then you got Phantasmal Flames. Then you're going to have Ascended Heroes. And on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. Eventually, that faucet's going to turn off for Prismatic. So if you can get it about 115-ish, the lowest it's ever gotten was, 90? Maybe you could have got it for $90 on like the secondhand market or Facebook Marketplace, maybe around $90. And I know Dollar General's having a little specialty collab, I guess, where you can get it for $40 in ETB, which is $20 below MSRP, I believe. So, insane deal. So even with all Dollar General, all these big market stores putting out thousands of Prismatics, just sealed product in general, it's really not tanking it that much because it's such an in-demand set. I know I just went on a crazy rant for Prismatic, but it's the truth, guys. When this set gets close to out of rotation, to where it's still in rotation, but the restocks are smaller and smaller and smaller, you can already see what Prismatic is going to do. Next up, the booster bundles. Again, they're going up right now in price, actually. After they got down to like $55, maybe you could have gotten them for $50, but now they're up above $60 again. And this is just for 6 booster packs. This is not even for a promo, or you don't even get a promo or anything like that. But booster bundle, how many thousands and thousands of these have been put on the market? So the SPCs are kind of a different story. So I know GameStop, everybody's mad at GameStop because I think they're charging $200 for an SPC of Prismatic Evolutions, which is, yes, it's very outrageous for GameStop to do that, but it is what it is. It's still $50 below the market. If you don't want to buy it at GameStop, then don't buy it. Try to see if it can still drop, and which it could, but for investment, long-term purposes, SPCs always age well. Look at 151 SPC and look at the Charizard UPC. I'm pretty sure it was a UPC back then. Though both of those were $85. They were below MSRP. And now you see 151 is $500, and then the Charizard is probably like $350-ish, $375, somewhere right around that range. So you go from 80 to 4.5, 5x for the Charizard UPC, and then the 151 UPC, you went up probably 6.5x to what its bottom was, and only in a couple of years, guys. So, but I will say those promos are, I like those promos way better than the Prismatic SPC, but it's Prismatic, it has potential as a God Pack, it's evolutions, people love them, it is what it is. Next up, we got the Prismatic Pokemon Center ETB. This one's kind of shocking. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This one was over $400. Probably high sub was like $450. Yeah, $450. I was seeing them around $415, $425-ish at shows. But the fact that it was over $400 and now we're creeping into the $300s. I know this one has shrink wrap tear, but we're in the low $3s for a Pokemon Center ETB. Maybe the stamped promo hype has kind of fallen off a little bit because now everything is getting a stamped promo. But at the end of the day, do we think there's going to be a massive restock of PC ETBs for Prismatic Evolutions with all that they have to print off? And even if there is a restock, it's gonna, then people might think this could be the last chance, because how many times had they restocked PC ETBs over and over and over again? It just doesn't happen because they have so much to do. They might do it a couple times, but it's not gonna be for that long from the history that they have shown us, especially recently on that. But so the fact that you can get this around a $300 mark with the stamped EV promo, obviously you can use that for a graded promo, but Pokemon Center ETBs are still one of like the most, what's the word I'm looking for, sought after products in the Scarlet and Violet era, that because that's where it kind of took off, was this era. And I forgot which ETB it took off with, because in the earlier Scarlet and Violet era it wasn't all that in a bag of chips, but I forgot what set. Let me know in the comment what set was the first PC ETB that took off. Let me know in the comments. Next up, so this one's Paldean Fates, guys. So I got a theory on this. I got a tin foil hat theory. So normally, Prismatic excluded, all right? Just forget about Prismatic. They're trying to print that to demand. But normally, when they do these Sam's Club, Costco boxes like these, the Sea and Sky, Blooming Waters, and now this one, usually that means alarm bell ringing. This is your last chance for the most part. There could be minor restocks, but for a bulk reprint restock, this is probably your last chance to get this stuff on the low. Okay, guys? Because, I mean, Paldean Fates booster packs are still double digits, and you get 11 booster packs out of this. You get some decent promos, nothing too crazy. So, but I know Paldean Fates are still probably $12 a booster pack, so you're still under the pack price with these boxes. And like I said, the floor is already $110, $115. You could probably get these for around $100 off like Facebook Marketplace or anything like that. But Sea and Sky, I'm telling you, they were printed for such a long time, and they were so cheap for such a long time, and now they're about $180 to $200, somewhere in that range. So where do we think eventually, a year or two down the road, when Paldean Fates goes out of rotation in April, year or two down the road, what do we think this is going to be? Like I said, normally when they do these boxes, this is the last chance to get it. Because Sea and Sky, they did Sea and Sky. Then they had ETBs, I think, with Crown Zenith, and a late reprint of booster bundles or restock, I guess. But then after that, it was done. It was just Sea and Sky, Sea and Sky. So I don't know how many more times they are going to do this for Paldean Fates. But normally this is like, hey, we're getting close to the end. Because, like I said, it's only 4 months away before it goes out of rotation, guys. And it's got the Bubble Mew, one of, if not the mascot of the Scarlet and Violet era. Like I said, we're getting to the end, and so people might be like, oh, this is my last chance, and just try to gobble up all the supply. So next up, we got the booster bundle. I'm talking specifically the display. If you have the money and the capital, normally sealed cases have a bit of a premium when it comes to this stuff. This one does not, or it has a very minor premium, because I think in booster bundle itself is $95, somewhere right in that, give or take $1 or $2. Okay, the lowest sealed case right here, sealed case, reputable seller, it's sealed $1,100. That's $100 premium basically. Wait, my math is off. If they're 95, okay, it's like a $150 premium. Sorry. $150 premium, and who knows if these are sealed? Not really sure. Obviously, no pictures. That kind of sucks. But for the lowest sealed case, it's $150 premium, and then but if you think about it, it was at $1,300, and then if you're like, well, if that's only $150 premium, that's either means these are way undervalued, or the 151 booster bundle sealed display is way overvalued, because the single booster bundle is around $95 as well. They're around the same price. But the lowest display sealed is right here, is at basically $1,350 for the sealed case. So you go from $1,100 to $1,350 for Paldean Fates booster bundle displays, and they're basically the same price when they're by themselves. So it's either 151 is not way, but overvalued, Paldean Fates is undervalued, and for me personally, I've seen more 151 sealed displays than I have Paldean Fates displays sealed. I've seen more 151, so like I said, not really sure what's going on there, which one you want to choose, but the fact that the single displays for Paldean Fates are $95 and the sealed case display is only $150 premium, that's decent if you have the capital. And like I said, we're holding these for a little bit, guys. We're investing. Not trying to make a quick flip. If it works in your favor that a quick flip can happen, then lucky you, but that's not an everyday thing when it comes to sealed. Next up, Destined Rivals. We're going to keep a close eye on this set. Yes, it could be reprinted. Yes, it could do this. And who knows what Pokemon is willing to do with Destined Rivals. But we already saw a restock on the Pokemon Center, right, guys? That's an insane high sell price. But let's say it was high 400s, because it was selling above 455 for sure. We saw the restock. It dropped it down to the high 3s, 375-ish, 380-ish range. And then it kind of trade. Then it jumped back up to over $400. Now it was kind of dropping a little bit. Like I said, I'm not saying go buy it right now. 410 is the lowest ship it. So we're over $400 again for a sealed booster box. I'm not saying buy it right now, but I'm saying keep a close eye on this one, because it's the best main set in the Scarlet and Violet era. Paldea Evolved is a good set, and it has a lot of SIRs. It's got good depth, but the ceiling with Destined Rivals is higher than what Paldea Evolved offers. It's got fan favorite Pokemon. It's got the trainer and its Pokemon in the set, and it's a Team Rocket set. Everybody loves Team Rocket. Okay, I'm kind of rambling on here, but like I said, I think Destined Rivals is the Evolving Skies of the Scarlet and Violet era. So we see what Evolving Skies is doing. I'm not saying Destined Rivals is as good of a set of Evolving Skies, because it is not. Evolving Skies is a tier above Destined Rivals. But if it's going to be the top set of an era like Evolving Skies is, and the floor is that we have seen so far, what's the lowest floor? The lowest floor has been two. Oh my god, I can't believe it was that low. It was 245. I didn't realize it was even that low. That's crazy. So the floor that we have seen with Destinado was a 245, and the floor for Evolving Skies was probably 15, 120 off the top of my head. That's what I can remember back then. What will the ceiling be? Like I said, I'm not saying it's as good as Evolving Skies because it is not. But if it's going to be the best set of an era, what will this perform long term? Next up, we got Paldea Evolved. So this one specifically, it goes out of rotation in 4 months. I'm going to be saying that for a lot of sets because that is a key thing when it comes to the Pokemon investment opportunities. And it's already down over $100, guys. It was $475, high sell price is $500. And now lowest listed from a reputable seller is $375. So it's over basically $125 from its high. And it goes out of rotation in a handful of 4 months, guys. Like I said, there could be minor restocks. I don't really see that happening with how old Paldea Evolved is. When was this released? Does it show? It's got to be pushing 2 years, if not longer than that. It's a pretty old set. So this could be a safe buy because you're not buying it at its high. You're buying it when it's already $125 low. So, and it's going out of rotation. Like I said, it's a key thing when it comes to Pokemon. Alrighty, next up, Surging Sparks ETB. It's just the Surging Sparks. The thing with this set is it started the boom. It was the booty hole Pikachu, whatever you want to call it. This set started the boom because Pikachu finally got a crazy SIR card. People might hate it. It is what it is. It's popular. It's Pikachu. So with the ETB, obviously you have a chance to pull that card. You get that Magneton promo, which is a Shinji Kondo promo. The box itself, I like purple, so I really do like the way this ETB looks. And like I said, it started this boom. It was not 151. It was not Paldea and Fates. It wasn't Twilight. It was Surging Sparks. Next up, Surging Sparks booster box. So we've seen it drop drastically. Honestly, was that the previous high? So yeah, $300 was basically the high. And now we're in about the 250-ish range. It got all the way down to 220. And I was like, that's a screaming buy. And I couldn't get my hands on any, honestly. So, but now those listed from reputable sellers, 255. So, like, keep an eye on this one. I'm not saying go buy it because it's not going out of rotation anytime soon. But definitely keep an eye on it. It's surging. It's nostalgic. It's got Pikachu. It's got a pretty good illustration rare depth. So, but keep an eye on it because we don't know what's going to happen. Next up, another set. It's not going out of rotation in April, but keep an eye on it because Twilight Masquerade had the first big chase card in the Scarlet and Violet era. It wasn't the Sunzard. It was not Bubble Mew. It wasn't Charizard from Paldea and Fates. It wasn't even the Magic card from Paldea Evolved. It was the Greninja. The Greninja's always been pretty expensive when it comes to the Scarlet and Violet era. It wasn't always, but when it came out, it was the top chase card for a cool minute, I guess, until Surging Sparks came out, because then the Pikachu kind of was fighting with it, and then Bubble Mew, and obviously everything else kind of took off after that. But you got the Greninja, fan favorite Pokemon, super nice artwork, really big chase card. You got Eevee, you got a couple other illustration rares I'm completely blanking on, but it's a pretty good set, and it's shown to have pretty high demand. It was in the 330s at one point, dropped all the way to like 265, and now we're borderline $300 again. Like I said, obviously with that Cyber weekend, maybe it influenced the price to go back up a little bit, but again, keep your eyes on Twilight Masquerade. It's shown to have a pretty good fan base when it comes to a certain set. Next up, Obsidian Flame. So this goes along with Paldea Evolved and Paldea and Fates and those type of sets. Goes out of rotation in 4 months. It's not the best set. It has some good illustration rares, but for the ceiling, it's not very good at all. It's decent, nothing too special. But sealed, so normally when a set has this type of treatment, like we'll go back to Sword and Shield era, Sword and Shield base set, Rebel Clash, even Battle Styles. If a set isn't very popular, Pokemon's like, why would we reprint this if it's not gonna make the most money for us? We need to reprint Prismatic Destin, all these other sets, because we know what's gonna fly off the shelves. Obsidian Flames, and nowadays it might, but this was an $85, $90 booster box when it was in its heyday. And now, even as this bad of a set, it's pushing $300, okay? And it goes out of rotation. Keep an eye on it. You try to get to it as close to its bottom as it's going to get again, which I don't know where it's going to land at, but with it going out of rotation, that's a key point. I'm telling you over and over again. All right, we're going to kind of speed run through these next couple ones because I've been talking for a very long time. Didn't realize I was going to take this long, but I always do, obviously. Next up, Silver Tempest. Quick and easy with it. The highs was basically $500, and now we're in the mid to low fours. That's a cut up top right there, $415 for Silver Tempest booster box. Obviously, not getting any more reprints. It's got Lugia, the Rayquaza, decent trainer gallery. But like I said, for long-term investments, Silver Tempest, it's basically the same price as the Destined Rivals. Like 5-6 years down the road, who knows what they're going to match up to. But while Silver Tempest is out of print, Destined Rivals is in print. I think this is a smarter buy. Next up, we got Celebrations. We got the Lance's Charizard and the Dark Sylveon collection boxes. 4 Celebrations packs. Specifically, get the one with the Evolving Skies up here. If people will let it go for the same market price, you might not get it. But if for some odd reason, if you can get these packs with Evolving Skies, that's the best way to go. But even with, you get 4 Celebrations, that's $80 right there. A couple other booster packs, you're probably right around $95 with the promo. So you're basically getting your value out of the box. And then these promos do pretty good in the PSA 10. Nothing too special. But specifically, if you get the Evolving Skies packs, then you're way overvalued than what you're buying for sealed. Next up, Celebrations ETB. I mean, it's quick and easy. I told everybody to buy when they were under $200 right here. They immediately jumped back up to now we're looking at 240s. So it's jumped up basically $40 in a couple of weeks. And with 30th year anniversary next week, who knows what Celebrations is going to do. Packs are getting they're $20 a pack. They're getting really expensive, guys. And you get 10 in this one. And then you get 5 other packs, which is all Sword and Shield era, so they're all decently good packs. And you got the Gold Star Greninja. Not a bad buy right there at all. Even at the high price right here, I still don't think it's a bad buy. Because normally, every anniversary set, it does really well. Next up, Chilling Reign. This one's taking a big hit right now, guys. Look at this. We're in the upper fives. And now we're all the way down to the low fours. Oh, I thought, okay, that's 36 loose packs. So now, right here, basically $430. So it's basically $150 off its high. And again, Destined Rivals obviously a better set than Chilling Reign, but Chilling Reign does have good depth. It does have good Pokemon in it, and they're basically the same price. And you're not going to get any more Chilling Reign booster boxes, restock, reprints. So, like I said, 5-10 years down the road, Destined Rivals might catch up, but for now, who knows what Chilling Reign is going to do. Next up, Fusion. Everybody knows Fusion. This was over $1,000. It was mid-thousands. $10.55 was the high sell price. Now look at this, guys. Look at this. Sealed booster boxes are $850. Reputable seller, we're looking at about $880. So we're basically $160, $175 off the Fusion Strike High. Not only are we sub 1,000, we're sub 900. I mean, so who knows? Obviously, we're not going to get more restocks or reprints of Fusion. It's got Gengars, it's got Mews, I really like the Celebi and Genesect as well. But with the Gengars and Mews, and Espeon. Oh my God, I forgot about Espeon. That's basically $175, $180 off its high. I mean, how low do we think it's gonna go? Like I said, keep an eye on it. You try to get at its low if you can, as best you can. Next up, Brilliant Stars. This one already kind of recovered a lot because we were in the low fours, guys. Look at that, guys, right there, low 400s. For Brilliant Stars, it already recovered a little bit. Now the lowest listed from a reputable seller. Ooh, we're back in the 500s then. Huh. Oh my god. Wow, lowest listed reputable seller is 550. So might be too late for Brilliant Stars. You could wait to see if it drops again, or you could buy it from a non-reputable seller. Just get it somebody from a good sales rate. Like obviously that's a 0% sales with over 30. That's why people buying. Am I tripping? Oh no. But that's kind of surprising to see. Maybe you can get one out of show for around 500, but it looks like it's already chugging back up, guys. We might be a little too late on Brilliant Stars, but when it was here, when I was making all these videos saying buy, 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 that's NSYNC. That's the time to buy right there. Next up, we got Lost Origin. I can't believe I'm still talking for this long. Got up to basically $900 was the high sell right here, $900, but it was in the mid-8s all day. And now, guys, we're in the mid-6s right here. 659, low, basically 644. Lowest listed from a reputable seller. Shrink wrap's a little loose, so we'll say 660 from a reputable seller. That's over $200 drop from its high. It's got great trainer gallery. It's got the Pikachus, the Gengar, the Golden Black Mew, the Charizard, and it's got Giratina. Alternate art. That's under 200. Oh my god. If I see one of the wild, I'll definitely try to pick that up. And the biggest one, if you have the Capital, why can I not say Capital right now? Is Evolving Skies. Guys, look at this. We are basically 2,600, pushing 2,700. High sell price of 2,743. Now look at this, guys. This one might get bought up. $2,000 basically for Evolving Skies booster box, and then immediately goes back up to 2,200. So for some odd reason, I mean, guys, it's Evolving Skies top 10 set of all time. Okay, when it's all said and done, that's what it's gonna be. If you got the money to let it chill for a little bit, I don't see any problem with Evolving Skies, because we know Evolving Skies, even though it was printed more than Team Up, it's on that same tier level as a set. And eventually, when we get farther and farther down the road, print level's not going to mean that much. It's really not. So that's kind of it for the video. Sorry, I know I talked for a very long time. Thanks to everybody that stayed and watched the whole video. Please leave a like and comment what you think is a good buy, what you're keeping your eyes on in the sealed marketplace right now. And I appreciate all the love and support. As always, you guys have a good night. Peace.